The lower house continues to scrutinize the proposed 2021 national budget. This time, lawmakers focused on the funding of educational resources. The details in this report from Ria Vergara.
Lawmakers zeroed in on the supposed unequal distribution of education funding on the third day of the House special session. In her interpellation, Nueva Ecija Representative Ria Vergara disclosed the two provinces seeking the same support received education funding in varying amounts. One province received 1 billion pesos while the other was only given 100 million pesos, according to Vergara.
Meron mga nagsasabi na para lumaki daw ang budget mo sa DepEd, kailangan maglabas ka ng pondo. Sa loob-loob ko, that's corrupt. And I want to make sure that the DepEd, if this is happening, dapat they're aware that there's someone else controlling their funds, that there's a syndicate is operating below the secretaries. Tignan nila kung paano yung allocation at kung meron ba talagang sindikatong nag-ooperate.
In response, Negros Oriental Representative Jocelyn Lim Caichong, the sponsor of the Education Department's budget, said they will look into the matter. Meanwhile, Bohol Representative Edgar Chato urged the Committee on Appropriations to increase the funding for the printing of modules. Chato noted that such materials are important for students who don't have access to the internet under the blended learning setup. The lawmakers said only 20 billion pesos was initially allocated for the project, just half of what is actually needed.
During the committee hearing of the budget of DepEd, I raised serious concerns about the answer of our DepEd officials that the remaining funds needed for the printing modules will have to be generated from the Special Education Fund, number one, and the Brigada Escuela. It could be supplementary, but not really a primary source.
When asked if the DepEd will recall the modules with errors, Lim Caichong said teachers have opted to issue errata to students instead. The lawmaker explained that the modules will be obsolete in the future as the agency eyes full online classes.
There will be no recall, but teachers will communicate errata with the learners. And we are reducing reliance on modules in the future because we know that they are expensive as well and harmful to the environment. Pero sa ngayon, that's the pinaka-practical, sabihin natin, and most conservative approach.
Despite this, she insisted that all broadcast materials being released by the DepEd go through quality check. For News 5, Ria Fernandez, We Are One News.